What's up, y'all? In today's video, we are going to be recreating this look right here. I did create this look during the pandemic, but I figured it's time to do a 2.0 version. I already put on my foundation. I just didn't show you guys because that's not really what we're here for. Our face makeup really isn't the focus of today's look. We just want a clean, even base. That way when we lay everything on top, everything is smooth from the beginning. You guys have already seen the tutorial on how I made these eye pieces and then also how I made my teeth. The teeth keep falling off. You can check out my page for the tutorial. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and start sticking all of this to our face. I'm using the Lash Couture super strong strip lash adhesive in clear. It's the brush type. I'm gonna just stick this on. Hopefully I get it to fit exactly right on my face. There we go. Wow. Yeah, no, that's not gonna go anywhere. For the details on the eyes, I'm going to go in with this palette. This is the same palette that I used in the original look. It's the Wet n Wild's paint palette in the shade Neutrals, and I'm going to definitely go in with this brown. This is like a cream paint. It's like oil based, but yeah, we're just going to go ahead and start working on filling in the eyes. I'm taking it onto the edge of the petals as well. I'm just trying to conceal that line where the petal and my skin meet. I'm going to go in with our other paint palette. This is in the shade Smokey, and we're going to deepen everything up with this black. And once you have everything filled in, you want to make sure you go in with a black eyeshadow to set it. Now it's time for the fun part. We're going to be gluing on all the teeth individually. I'm going to go ahead and start with the nose. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and check out my previous video. I show you exactly how I created the flower petals and the mouthpiece, and I'm just using the same technique on how I glued the flower petals to my eyes. I'm taking that eyelash glue, putting it on the back of the hot glue, and just sticking it onto my skin. I already had an idea of how this was going to lay on my face because I did create this on my own personal face cast. I'm actually using a eyelash applicator to hold on to each individual piece as I apply it to my face. I find this to be a lot easier so you have more control on where you're placing everything. You could also use something like a pair of tweezers or something. But check out this super satisfying part where I'm taking off the hot glue from my face cast. That's so cool. And with that specific piece, because it was one entire piece altogether, I just put a little bit of glue on each section at a time and then just stuck it to my face as I went. And I do have to say that although this was tedious, it was really satisfying seeing it go from my face cast to my actual face. Now, once you have everything laid out on the face, you're going to want to take a dark brown eyeshadow and just shade everything. So I put that shadow on both sides of the gold pieces to make sure that it really pops off on the skin. This is a three-dimensional piece. It's not like it's painted on my skin, but when you add those shadows, it really lifts it off of the skin and looks extra three-dimensional, which I loved. And so I started off with a dark brown eyeshadow, and then just to add more definition and more contrast, I went in with a black eyeshadow and concentrated that even closer to the edge of each individual gold piece. I personally believe that shading is one of the most important elements of creating a look like this, so take your time with this. It really adds a lot of dimension and it brings the look to life. It makes it look a lot more realistic and more believable. So you want to focus on exactly where you're shading, and this is where you can get really fun and add a lot more detail. As you can see, I'm going in between the teeth, but I'm also dragging like the root of the tooth out a little bit with the shadows just to make sure that everything looks a lot more realistic. And if you're wondering what kind of brushes I'm using for this step, the first brush I'm using is going to be a little bit smaller. It's going to be more of like a definer brush to initially just lay down the color, and then I go in with a little bit of a thicker brush that's more of like a rounded blending brush, and then I blend that out a little bit, and then I'm going to take your typical blending brush, which is a little bit thicker and the bristles aren't super dense. That's really going to help everything blow out and blend into the skin. So just go back and forth between those brushes until you get the desired blend that you like. Okay, so I'm completely done shading the bottom part of my face. We're going to move back up to the eyes, and I have some rhinestones that I want to put all on the inside. I'm going to be using black, and then I also have these gold ones that may or may not match. I don't know, but I might put some of those. I decided to use liquid latex as my adhesive, and I just took a rat tail comb, dipped the end of it into the latex, and then just placed that wherever I wanted. And then I used a waxed pencil to stick the rhinestone onto the latex. So I put some rhinestones on my actual eyelid, but I also put it on the edge where the flower met my skin just to help conceal that some more. Alright y'all, so we went ahead and finished up the rhinestones. The look is basically complete. Now all I have to do is add the final touches. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a wig on, and then of course my crown. It's gonna look sick. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Boom. Here is the final look. We are completely done. I went ahead and changed outfits, put my wig on, and of course the headpiece. Tried to zoom you out so you can kind of get the full look. So that's it, y'all. So leave your comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on this look. I love the way that it came out. It was exactly what I envisioned. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more cool looks like this. And make sure you're following me on TikTok and Instagram to see more behind the scenes on how we create these looks. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!